Yeah, so Brennan Vernon is a 2023 commit for Notre Dame, 5-star kid that they landed out of Ohio. Had an Ohio State offer, so obviously it was a big-time recruit for them as well. Not something that Notre Dame wins too often. No, I mean, obviously, I think if you lose your defensive coordinator, especially after it only being one season, you're probably going to have a few guys commit or at least reevaluate their situation. Luckily, I don't think Freeman's going to leave after year one, just based off some of the things I've been hearing. I think at minimum he'll be here 2 years, but no, I mean, obviously, I don't think they were going to land Vernon unless they had Freeman, and I think that's pretty cut and dry. So Freeman leaves, then you're going to have to do some work on that end to keep him from Ohio State, would be my guess.
I don't recognize any of these 23 guys. I am doing my best just to keep up with the 22 class and with 50 different teams. But so yeah, 5-star, top 20 player, regardless of position, second-rated player in the state of Ohio.
And just to give you an idea, I think he is, as of right now, the highest-ranked player committed to a school. Not that that means much overall, but yeah, Notre Dame's already doing a pretty good job in the 2023 class as well. And they've always been, it's weird, they've always been at school, even prior to the early signing period that started a few years back. They've always been a program that lands their kids early. And I think a lot of that has to do with like the academic nature of the, the program. They kind of know who they can go after, who they can't. And they probably, their list is very narrow compared to, some other programs, even very early on. You kind of see it with Stanford as well. Stanford maybe has a little bit more rigorous, academic standards to get into. So sometimes their class takes shape a little bit later because the guys aren't necessarily admitted. And they like to have guys admitted before they commit. But, I'm looking at even Notre Dame's board now, and obviously they have 18 guys. So it's a little bit, easier to say this, but they have maybe 6 or 7 legitimate targets at the moment, maybe upwards to 10, which, probably most programs still have 30, 40, 50 guys that they're kind of talking to on a normal basis. Regarding a possible Notre Dame commit here soon, or like who would be the next guy?
Yes, I wanted to get to that. Exactly. Go to it.
A guy I would definitely look at for Notre Dame fans is a cornerback out of Arizona, Benjamin Morrison. Doesn't necessarily have a date set, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's announcing somewhat soon, possibly within the next week or so. He's down to Notre Dame and Washington, and I would probably put my money on Notre Dame right now for him as well. 4-star kid.